Can the student surpass the master? After leaving the PBA and climbing from the bottom, under the UMB for 2 years, Frédéric arrives to destroy the number one, Cho Myung-woo, who will prove to be the true king of three-cushion billiards in this match. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we have Frédéric Caudron himself, famously known as the billiard extraterrestrial. Many don't know this, but the Belgian dominated the Korean professional PBA league for 4 years, between 2019 and 2023. That's really where he became a millionaire, winning all 8 individual finals he played and racking up over $750,000 in prize money alone, earning nearly $3,700 a day during his best streaks. I mean, wow. And get this, that's not even counting his private sponsorship deals or his team's fixed salary. But everything blew up in mid-2023. Caudron broke his contract over money disputes, and because the league forced him to play team tournaments when he only wanted to play individually, the PBA wouldn't budge and the deal fell through. Why is this crucial? Well, because the UMB and the PBA are completely at war. There's a mutual lockout. If you play in one, the other bans you. That's why Caudron was banned from traditional UMB tournaments for 5 years. Once he became a free agent in Korea, the UMB lifted the ban, and the master was able to return in May 2024. But when he returned, his ranking was completely shattered. He showed up as world number 3009. Imagine that. He had to battle his way up from the very bottom, the infamous PPQs. But he blazed right through them, and now destiny brings him to the 2026 World Cup, facing Cho Myung-woo. And this isn't their first clash. Back in July 2019, a young Cho defeated Caudron in a dramatic finish. So this match is the ultimate revenge. When Frédéric returned in 2024, they faced each other again in the round of 16, where Caudron was down 35-17, only to pull off an epic comeback. A legendary match that's coming soon to the channel. Cho misses his 8th carom after a 7-point run in the second inning. Meanwhile, Frédéric scored 6 in his first and 2 in his second, putting Frédéric at a 4.000 average and Cho at 3.500 after just 2 innings.
O sea que podríamos decir que Frédéric tiene un promedio de 4,000, mientras que Cho Myung-woo de 3,500, ¿sí? O sea, por las primeras 2 entradas que acabamos de ver.
If you want to know more about three-cushion billiards and its players, follow me for more content. Caudron misses his 6th carom after a 5-point run in the 3rd inning. At 58 years old against 28-year-old Cho, it's a 30-year age gap and a massive 26-year advantage in experience for the master.
De diferencia entre ellos dos, de diferencia de edad, pero en experiencia son 26 años. Son 26 años de experiencia que tiene más Frédéric Caudron que Cho Myung-woo.
Let's check out this shot by Caudron. The ball hits practically every rail. 3, 4, 5 rails, all the way to the arrival rail before hitting the yellow ball by sheer inertia, you know? Such a beautiful carom, right? But let's look closer. We can see that no system applies here, meaning the traditional diamond system doesn't work. The departure was roughly around the 10 diamond, and the attack point when it reached the rail was roughly 38, so you'd subtract 28 in the traditional diamond system. But it doesn't add up, because the diamond it hits upon arrival, the arrival rail, is the 20 diamond, so it still doesn't fit. It's not the plus system either, because if you add departure 10 plus attack 38, it doesn't give you the arrival, which would be 48, and it hits the 20. And the half system doesn't apply either, since that's for when the balls are very close close together or for taking a prior rail, and this isn't the case. Tell me, I want to know more about this type of carom. I tried studying it, but I couldn't really find anything. Maybe no system was applied at all, and it's just a unique kind of carom, right? I also did this in my previous video, the match I uploaded between El Hacker and Danny Sanchez. Someone commented and told me that the carom I had narrated and tried to explain, where a mathematical system did work out for us, the normal traditional system, wasn't very special or relevant enough to be explaining and all that. It's not that I purposely choose a specific carom, I just narrate the game as it goes, and well, this was the carom that happened to be there. At the same time, I'm learning more about three-cushion and the types of caroms and systems, which honestly has left me quite intrigued. But with this one, I honestly couldn't figure it out. I spent 2 hours on it, and it just didn't add up. Yes, I've been watching some videos, but there's a lot of information out there, and you really can learn to play three-cushion using just YouTube, with very good exercises and great explanations from many people. But hey, I'm just getting started in all this. Caudron scores his 6th consecutive carom in the 5th inning. But let's look at the average these two players had in their previous 4 innings. In the first inning, remember Frédéric scored 6 caroms. In the second, he made 2. In the third, 5. And in the fourth, 4. That gives him an average of 4.250 per inning, meaning 4 caroms per entry. Meanwhile, Myung-woo hasn't been doing, well, not terribly, but not better than him either. You know what I mean? In his first inning, he scored 0 caroms. In the second, he got 7. Now that was a really good run. In the third, he only made 1 carom. And in his fourth and latest inning, he only scored 3 caroms, giving him an average of 2.750, almost 3 caroms per inning. We're in the 5th inning. Cho Myung-woo already has 5 caroms. That would make it his 6th consecutive carom. We can keep talking about how Frédéric Caudron has 26 more years of experience than Cho Myung-woo. That's a key detail. Caudron was born back in 1968, while Cho Myung-woo was born in 1998. So, obviously, Frédéric was born 30 years before him. Frédéric started his professional career in 1988, meaning he has a 38-year career, while Cho Myung-woo broke onto the pro circuit in 2014 at just 16 years old. You know what I mean? He was super young, but already competing among the greats, and he only has 12 years of international career experience. That leaves a 26-year advantage. Can that weigh heavily on the table in a profession like professional three-cushion? Or not? What do you guys think? We're already in the 8th inning. Frédéric Caudron is about to make his 5th consecutive carom. Over these past 7 innings, the player with the highest consecutive run in this match has been Frédéric Caudron, 9 straight caroms in the 5th inning. Incredible. But we can talk about the UMB record for the highest consecutive run in the history of three-cushion billiards, right? And that record is 28 caroms in a row. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce all the names, but we can talk about who achieved this record of making 28 straight caroms, yes? Surprisingly, Frédéric Caudron in 2013 in Belgium made 28 consecutive caroms, becoming one of the 4 professional players to ever set this record. Another was Roland Fortom in 2012, also in Belgium. Belgium's got something going on here, because back in 1998, also in Belgium, Raymond Sulemans achieved that consecutive run of 28 caroms. And the other was Junichi Komori in 1993 in Japan. Cho Myung-woo hasn't been able to reach that 28 carom record. His longest run has been 20 consecutive caroms, and he set that record this year in the Ankara World Cup final against Dick Jaspers. That match is on my channel. Go watch it later. Obviously, once you finish watching this match, I'll leave the link pinned in the comments. With this carom, Cho Myung-woo scores 10 consecutive caroms in this 8th inning. Well, too bad for he misses his 11th carom, but he surpassed the consecutive run that Frédéric Caudron made in his 5th inning of 9 caroms. So Cho Myung-woo has just set the highest consecutive run of the match. Well, as Cho Myung-woo catches up to Caudron, let's talk about his incredible career. At just 25, he became the youngest #1 in modern history, dethroning legend Dick Jaspers. He's also one of the rare few to win the Junior World Championship 3 times, in 2016, 2018, and 2019. Totally dominating his generation before taking down the veterans. Many call him the king of impossible comebacks. In this year's Ankara World Cup final, he was down 8-21 against Dick Jaspers, only to unleash a massive 20-point run in a single inning to steal the crown. He even shattered the world record with an unofficial 32 carom run against Caudron himself, a masterpiece that would have made history if it were official. And with his recent victory in Turkey, Cho became the first Asian player to win 5 World Cup titles, matching a legendary record held since 1999.
Fue en un partido que hizo contra este mismo rival, Frédéric Caudron, y fue de 32 carambolas consecutivas. O sea, una verdadera belleza. O sea, hubiera superado el récord de 28 carambolas seguidas, hubiera hecho historia mundial, si tan solo hubiera sido en un partido oficial. Pero como no lo fue, sino fue en un amistoso, lástima, no quedó como oficial, pero se recuerda, ¿sí? Se recuerda como el récord mundial no oficial más alto de la historia. Ahora, pues con su reciente victoria en Turquía, Cho se convirtió en el primer jugador asiático en la historia en ganar 5 títulos de la Copa del Mundo, ¿sí? Igualando el mítico récord histórico que tenía el coreano estadounidense San Lee desde el año 1999.
Let's look at this shot by Frédéric Caudron executing a tornillo. Tell me in the comments if this carom Frédéric just made is actually called a tornillo. After the shot, the position isn't ideal for Cho Myung-woo. Let's see how he handles it. But he's left in a tough spot again. He bends down to measure up and... What a magnificent carom. What is this type of shot even called? Cho Myung-woo, as always, showing us brilliant solutions. There's a reason he's the world #1. He's now just 5 caroms away from catching Frédéric Caudron and 3 away from winning the match. What an incredible point by Master Cho, earning praise from the Vietnamese crowd. Without a doubt, an amazing high-precision shot. But oh man, he almost missed. And he just handed the chance to Frédéric Caudron, who I don't think will waste it, to win the match. He was this close to getting his revenge against Frédéric Caudron, who beat him back in 2024. Ever since Caudron's return, he just couldn't beat him, and he doesn't win this match either. Congratulations.